I'm sure when you thought about your first ever play at Clemson over the past couple of years, did you ever dream it would be wearing number 43?
I didn't think it'd be number 43, and I definitely didn't think he'd be against the number 5 team in America. Needless to say, I'll always remember that, running out in the field for the first time.
And your first block springs ties for a touchdown, and then your second one is a touchdown play.
Both those blocks, I was just sitting there, don't screw up. That's all I was thinking, just don't screw up, just try to get it done.
What does it feel like to have your very first play lead to a touchdown?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a gratification just because, being a redshirt years, it's tough. It's definitely 100% worth it. There's nothing better that I could have done than my redshirt year, but it's a grind. And, especially after I came in early. So it's been coming up on 2 years now since I've seen a snap of football. So to go in there and see that, it was gratifying, that the progress is there. But I also know, there's still mountains to climb, and I still need to be so much better.
What have you improved on the most since you got maybe this point last year? What have you improved on the most?
If nothing else, I can just see just the shape of my body. I think when I came into Clemson, I was 255 pounds. Today, I probably sit at about 290 pounds, and because of that weight gain and staying dedicated in the weight room, it's made all other areas better. Speed, strength, just overall power. I can focus in on that one point, just the weight gain and dedication in the weight room that has changed everything else.
Let's talk about the big secret. I don't think you even told your parents that you were going to come out in 43 and play tight end Saturday.
I did hint them in. I wanted to keep it just a little bit secret because it was a secret. I don't think I was on the depth chart for the game.
You weren't, yeah.
We like to play little games like that. Needless to say, they were happy. It was a good secret.
What was your thought? You want to be an offensive lineman. That's what you do. But what was your thought when whoever it was that came to you and approached you about this?
I wouldn't even say I want to be an offensive lineman. My point is I want to be somewhere where I can play. And we have 5 tremendous offensive linemen that are starting, and we have great backups behind them, me being one of them. I'm happy enough just being able to see the field. And that's always been my thought. It was actually Coach Sweeney that came to me. It was regrettably the day after Jordan Leggett injured his knee. Happily, we found out it wasn't as bad as we first thought, and he said, "Oh, hey, we're going to try to bring you over, see how you can do it some tight end." And I was ecstatic just because I finally had a chance. And then it was up to me what I did with that chance.
Safe to say you felt wanted at that point, like you really needed you there?
I finally felt like what Mommy always told me. I always felt special. So, but it did. It just felt good to be part of the game plan, and I understand that every person in the program truly does impact. That is a true statement when you say everyone has an impact. It just makes it feel a little bit better when your impact is on the game field.
What's it like sharing this with Mike Sabetsky and Brandon Thomas and Adam Humphreys, all those Dorman guys?
It's really special just knowing we all grew up together. We all played in the same system, and it really, especially me coming in being the youngest of us, that first semester was great having 4 guys there that I already knew. They knew the system and they were there to help me out. That was just tremendous on all of them.
Coach Morse kind of hinted that this will be your role for a little while now, playing that tight end spot.
This is news to me. I'm just as soon going to realize that 71's in my locker and I got to throw on the knee braces again and be a fat guy. I'm still, when I say fat guy, I'm still the same 290 pounds. It's just I'm a 290-pound tight end, which makes me skinny. Instead of 295-pound offensive lineman, makes me fat.
Yeah. But judging on what you were saying earlier, just wanting to be a part of the game plan, I assume you're cool with.
Oh yes, sir. Anything that I can get in.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want me to kick, I can kick. Not sure I shouldn't say I can kick well, but really is just anything to get in the game plan is good enough with me.
Do you feel like you get kind of pulled in 2 different directions when you're playing 2 positions? Do you feel like you'll fall behind it all as a lineman, or
I actually know all 5 positions on the line. It's something that I set out when I was a freshman, because back at Dorman, you remember, I played everywhere from tight end and fullback to center. And I knew making that approach in the beginning, instead of just learning one job, learning the whole offense would help me for times like these when, somebody went down and I would have to step up. And the big thing, it's about just compartmentalizing everything. You can't really always think about the big picture. You just sometimes have to isolate what somebody does. So I don't think it hurts me at all. Now, does it hurt in that I can never truly focus on one position? There are drawbacks to that, clearly. But at the same point, it's worked so far. I finally got to see my first snap, which was probably one of the biggest games of the year.
After that conversation with Coach Sweeney, can you describe the emotional boost or the reaction that you had to switch of positions and knowing that there was going to be room for you in the game plan at tight ends?
Actually, at first, there wasn't even much of an emotion. As soon as he first said it, the first thought was, okay, I really need to start looking at the game plan. Yeah, I really need to start. I remember it was back in camp. It was like maybe the last week of camp. We went in, and they told me at right before our segment meetings, I went in with Coach Pierman and started learning. After the segment meetings, we had lunch. That's when I just really started diving in. The emotional response came a little bit later during the actual game week. Truly preparing for it is when I started seeing this is actually going to happen.
So what were your thoughts when you got the nod Saturday night for that first play? Were you standing there and somebody, said, this is you, go?
Pretty much it's, hey, here's this formation, and I know certain formations I'm in or not. I listen for certain taglines. Upon hearing that, there was kind of a sense of relief because, I'm sure all y'all played football before. You remember before games, just the butterfly and the anxiety. As soon as I heard that, it's just the fear dispelled. Everything, not fear, the anxiety dispelled, and I just knew I had my job to do. Let's go out there and let's do it.
So you are still wearing 43. You're going to be catching any passes? Lobbying to catch any passes?
Definitely lobbying to catch passes. Let's see if it happens.
Yeah. Did you catch any at Dorman?
I caught 2 in middle school.
Do you have those highlights readily available?
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man.